What up guys, how you guys doing? I'm Talis and we're back with another how to slice. In today's how to slice video, we're going to be checking out some awesome bird houses. So let's go to the video. So this is the Fairytale Hut Bird House. As you can see, this is a really nice model. And in this video, we're going to be checking out the best print settings to print it. So let's go. So first off, let's start right here in layers and parameters. We're going to be reducing this value, the layer height value. By decreasing this value, we're going to have more layers to print. It's going to take more time to print, but we're going to have a finer and better quality. So it's a good exchange. It is all worth it. Going over to vertical shells, we're going to be printing this model at 3 perimeters just to get a really dense model. So if there's, I don't know, some heavy rains, your house is going to be intact and it's not going to break. Right here on infill, you can be increasing to 10% just to get a more solid print with a gyroid infill pattern. Gyroid is great. Going over to brim, this model, as you can see, you can be printing without any brim. But it's a little bit risky on smaller parts like this one because they do not have the best surface of contact to the build plate. So before adding any brim, brim is quite optional. If your print tends to unstick from the build plate, I do recommend always cleaning your build plate with some isopropylic alcohol or detergent just to get a solid and really clean surface to print on. All of the dust and oils from your finger will impact a lot the bad adhesion, so make sure you always clean your build plate. If you take a look right here, these big models, right, they don't have the best surface of contact to the build plate, but you can be printing without any support, actually any brim. Just make sure that your printer is really well calibrated, because if you do not have a good calibrated printer, really well leveled printer actually, your first layers are not going to come out nicely, and that is going to impact a lot the bed adhesion. So you do not need any support, actually coming back, we do not need any brim, but I do recommend always cleaning your build plate, make sure it's really well leveled. And if you want, and if you're still insecure, you can be adding any brim. You're just gonna have to be removing it after you print. This is optional, but feel free to add, especially on this small part right here and this big part that is quite tall. Going back right here, we're not gonna be adding any brim, but feel free to do so. On support material, this model is optimized for printing. There is just one part that it's going to add. We're going to add a little bit of support because it's not, it needs support in this ring region. So if you take a look, if I increase the highlight by overhang, it's going to show right here the part that needs support. So you can be increasing a little bit of the brush size to print on, to add support on just one go. You can be a little bit rough. It doesn't have to be really nicely. You can just go all around this model, adding support. And let's say if you want to erase, you can just select Shift and Delete. You don't need to be too, you can be uncareful while adding support, because we're going to be adding grid. So as you can see on top right here, we got some support. It's not going to be added because we're going to be selecting a grid. So because this part is flat, we're going to be adding going over to support material. We're going to be generating support material, not auto generated because we have painted on support, but we're going to be selecting a style, a grid. As this is a flat part, grid is a really nice support because it prints a vertical support. You do not need to go to a organic because it's flat. Organics for curved parts. So this is quite nice. What you can do is right here on top interference layers, reduce to 2 just to get a good an easier support to remove. On speed, we can be printing at the standard print speed, especially for Bambu Lab printers. On other printers, you can be reducing a little bit of the speed. Feel free to do so. I do recommend a lot printing slowly. It's better to print slowly and printing just one time than trying to print really fast and having to print 3 times, let's say. just make sure that the first layer is at a good value, because as I have said before, the first layer is the most important layer. So this is quite nice. Now we are ready to slice. And as I have said before, this part can be printed with the same settings as I have shown you right now. So now let's slice. So as you can see, we have sliced. It's going to take 8 hours and 20 minutes to print just this build plate on the standard Ender 3v3 SE. As you can see, we're going to print in a 10% gyroid infill pattern, and we're going to be adding a really nice support material on this model. So it's going to support really well and look quite nice. So grab a really nice filament that you have laying around and print this model. Enjoy a lot and find a bird to have a new home. So the models are ready to print. Make sure to check out stlflix.com for more models like this one, and I'll see you in another one.
I hope you guys enjoy it. Those slicing videos are an initiative from STL Academy, which is the educational project from STLflix. So if you guys want to learn more about 3D printing, you could check our description and look at STL Academy courses. And don't forget, see you guys at the next slicing.